Hey out there, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Geek Branch Podcast. I'm your host, Dane, and we're going into the depths of disorder. I am joined here by my co-hosts, Tim and Alex. We're short two people today, so unfortunate. But this is the end of the decade, and I'm happy to announce that we're going to be moving into what I think is one of the most important things that anybody can talk about in a 10-year period. And just in our modern culture, we're going to talk about modern mythologies. So in this decade, quite a few things were added to our modern mythology. And if you don't understand what I mean by modern mythology, mythology specifically refers to a common story that is easily held and shared between a group of people. We're going to be talking about Americans, obviously, because that's what we are. And we're going to be going through a bunch of different genres. And by genres, I mean like anime, cartoons, movies, comics. And we're going to talk about some of the things that have now become so popular over this last decade that they have joined the modern mythology. You can walk up to someone on the street, sit down, and have a conversation about this because it's just that common.
So can the weeb over here give an example of being hit by a trunk sent you to an East Sky World?
Yes and no. That's more like lining towards a myth. A mythology has to be a very specific story.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the MCU world
would be modern mythology because most everyone can tell you what's happened in the MCU.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect example. We're going to get there. But I'm going to start with cartoons because I think that that's pretty fun. And obviously,
Young Justice.
No. I'm only picking one for everyone. And you want to know the one that I'm actually picking for this one is going to actually be really strange, but nevertheless, it actually qualifies because it has taken over the entire cartoon world.
Adventure Time?
Steven Universe.
Adventure Time is actually my second. Steven Universe is my third. My number one is My Little Pony.
No.
2011.
Don't accept it.
No, 2011 to 2019. My Little Pony has joined America's modern mythology.
I can't even argue with him. He's not wrong.
There's too many bronies out in this world. That's all I gotta say.
And I'm not propagating the spread of bronyism, but all the bronies
our
out
channel
there.
does not is not a brony pro group.
I know it is what it is, but all the bronies out there, give yourselves a round of applause. You won the decade. When
There was bronies
for him,
and
anyways.
there was furries, and
I mean, no offense, like unquestionably, My Little
don't see
Pony
it.
has become the most widespread cartoon in our
do
culture.
you really think so?
Yes.
It is a part of
Really?
games,
Yes.
mods, stories.
Oh my gosh.
I,
I
like
can't
we,
believe-
we can talk about it right now, and none of us have watched it. Have you watched My Little Pony?
A little bit of what my sisters and Allie has watched.
Okay, have you watched My Little Pony?
No, the closest thing I've ever seen to My Little Pony is Care Bears when I was a little kid. Like
Okay.
I watched like 2 episodes even when I was a little kid.
I haven't watched My Little Pony, but watch this.
I've seen
though.
stuff make fun of it, like
Tim,
Bob's Burgers
you have
and stuff
to,
like
You have
that.
to understand, My Little Pony has become as
ubiquitous.
Anybody can talk about it. You can
Yeah.
bring it up, and everybody will know exactly
It
what
is
you're
part.
talking.
It has become part of the zeitgeist of the country.
Yes.
I mean,
That's what we're talking about today.
I mean, it did. It does get plenty of references in pop culture shows. Like I said, just said with Bob's Burgers. I'm sure
You can't.
South Park has made plenty of jokes about
they
it.
definitely have.
Right.
Family Guy has.
Yeah.
Simpsons has.
All right.
You can go online and watch Screw Attack with Rainbow Dash versus Starscream.
That's stupid. Let's not
But
talk
no,
about
I'm just
it.
saying. But I'm saying that's an example
Whether
of how
we like it or not,
it's ubiquitous, and that's my point. The thing that won out of all the cartoons for this decade,
I still say Adventure Time's the next.
yes, Adventure Time is number 2 because man, was that so successful. Man, do we
You can
not
say
love
what you want about Steven Universe. Steven Universe is not as big as Adventure
No,
Time.
what?
No, it's
Hold
fine.
on, I'm not a
Steven
fan
Universe
of.
is 3.
Oh, I thought you were a fan of
Yeah.
Steven
No.
Universe.
I'm a fan of
I
Steven.
hate Steven Universe.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same team.
That's horrible. But anyway, Steven Universe is 3rd. And that is my order.
I think Steven Universe has some interesting concepts, but I really do hate the series.
That's unfortunate. If you, by the way, for anybody who's never seen it, I'm gonna give you like a strong suggestion from a fan.
Yeah.
Just skip the first 7 episodes.
Just
You-
don't interact with diehard fans.
Oh yeah, those people. No.
I mean, there's some good ones.
no,
I'm
no.
friends with some that
Whoa,
absolutely
whoa.
love the show, but there's some toxic fans.
as a fan in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest here. Regardless of how good the series is, the fans have ruined it. The fans.
It's just like
quotes
Doctor Who fans.
Our
have
next
ruined
big
it.
topic
Just
is
like Doctor Who fans.
our next big topic is fan bases and how they ruin things.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're part of the fan base that has
But anyways, back.
Honorable mentions, by the way, are Avengers: Earth Mightiest Heroes.
Oh,
That's such a good one.
you
Ben
can watch
10,
it on Disney Plus.
Ben 10 this decade, which continued on the mythology of Ben 10.
Yes, Ben 10's a big name. Yeah,
Regular show.
Yeah,
even though
regular
I will
show's
give that one.
fantastic. Mark
Gravity
Hamill's in
Falls
it.
better be on that list.
Oh, you
Dane.
know Gravity
All
Falls.
right,
is.
good.
Yes.
That's
and,
Where's mine?
we mentioned Young Justice.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, and
All
then
right.
Amazing
Or
World
There
of
Would Be
Gumball.
Blood.
All right, yeah, no, I can give that.
And those are the other things that were in consideration for me.
Amazing World of Gumball is just a meme in existence.
I mean, Young Justice did not affect the culture. Obviously,
Yes.
I mean, it's a great show, but it's very niche.
as long as Gravity Falls was on the list.
Gravity Falls is pretty big.
These made the list.
Oh, you forgot one. Phineas and Ferb.
No, that's
older. I don't think it actually counts in this decade.
No, it was part of this decade.
No, I don't.
It may be a part of this decade, but I think it was near the beginning of it.
But it was a big one.
It didn't make my list.
I'm just saying it was a big one.
Yeah, I'm not doubting. You.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, I don't think it. No, I don't think it actually.
I think the big point of what Dane is saying is over these past 10 years, these are the shows that at the end of this decade are the ones that are most talked about.
And most likely to be commonly known.
Just in case you're wondering, with Adventure Time, it was actually originally supposed to be produced on Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon didn't think it was going to be a hit.
Yeah.
The failure.
But I was going to say, Phineas and Ferb, I think, ended around the mid of the year, and that's why it hasn't been, it hasn't had a talk about it.
Yeah. But it was big at the time.
Yeah, no, it was big.
You're right. It's that old.
That's what
2007.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make the time. I'm just like,
and I think it
just didn't feel like it was from.
Yeah,
because of all the
2007.
replays.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember it from when I was in high school.
That's my point. So I'm just like, it doesn't make the list. If we were talking about last decade, it would.
Yeah.
So moving on
Fair.
to films, you know who wins? The MCU.
Yeah, the MCU.
Of course, everybody talks about it.
From Avengers to Avengers Endgame, just it's just there.
Now,
technically, you can't start with Iron Man and Hulk because they're from the previous decade.
But they still
then
are.
DC
Yeah.
would be next.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
No.
Star Wars, then DC.
Nope. Because definitively, Star Wars did not add to the Star Wars mythos.
Fair enough.
So we're
fair
gonna
enough.
cut Star Wars off the
Mandalorian.
list. That's not a movie. We're on film.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
once again, Tim.
People can argue. People can argue that.
Anyways, what's second? What's second?
What's second on my list is actually Frozen.
Yeah. I can't.
Regardless of what you say,
I know.
between Frozen and
Frozen
Frozen
is
2,
extremely influential, if not in some cases, sometimes more influential than
With
than
that
MCU.
though, I would if I could, I'd lump that in with just Disney in general, but I know I can't.
no, you can't.
This has
It
been the
to be
decade of
specific.
Disney.
It has been. Number 3 on my list, Toy Story.
Again, I would lump it in with Disney, but I can't.
No,
Dude, Toy Story 3 at the beginning of this year has I can literally walk to someone in the middle of the street and be like, "You want to talk about
so
Toy
Pixar.
Story?" I mean, but I'm saying Toy Story.
Pixar as a whole.
I know. Well, I mean, regardless though,
He again, he's not wrong. Like Toy Story 3 was
monumental.
Oh, Toy Story 3 was great. It was one of the first to prove that animated movies can make $1 billion.
Yes. So that's my point.
All right,
So,
all
like,
right.
Toy Story, and then last but not least, even though I don't like it, Transformers.
Yeah.
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 You don't like it, but it's there.
Yes.
Heck,
People
actually,
still go and watch
the new Bumblebee movie actually wasn't all that bad.
I didn't watch it, but everybody
was
said it
pretty
was one
good.
of the best ones, and I didn't even watch it, so I
it's
kind of
pretty
feel
good.
bad. It was the one that was made by Michael
John,
Bay.
John Cena was in it. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but Transformers.
John Cena.
The honorable mention is Harry Potter because it ended this decade.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it had the Fantastic Beast and Where to Find
Yes,
Them.
but that was a flop. But regardless,
No, it
definitely-
wasn't.
The first one wasn't. The second one was bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when the second one came out, we retroactively looked back at the first one and realized the first one wasn't all that great either.
Yeah,
so
but people still go watch it.
But Harry Potter ended with Deathly Hallows at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, the ending of this decade. But yes.
Yeah.
We know what you meant. And then we got the play,
yes.
but that's not movies.
So we're doing books. And so because we're doing books, I'm just going to go by author because multiple books have come out from the authors.
Rick
related to-
Riordan.
Yes, Rick Riordan takes my list as number 1 for modern mythology for books.
Yeah, because he
That's
just
Percy Jackson, right?
It's
yeah,
Percy Jackson.
Yeah, but he makes so much more than he does. He doesn't do Percy anymore. He
There's-
does so much others now.
There's the Greek series, the Egyptian series.
No, that's fine. I
The
was just
Roman
saying-
series.
Percy Jackson was the one I know of him from.
He does
Right.
Norse mythology now
Yes, so Rick Riordan has taken it
Um,
upon himself.
The author for Game of Thrones.
George R.R. Martin does not. This is books.
because he
All
didn't
of his
actually.
books are written before.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he still hasn't finished the book he's been working on forever.
For this
Okay, so if we don't count that one, you know which one I'm gonna count. You already know. Name of the name of the wind.
Name of the Wind.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
it's
author.
huge.
Yeah, yeah, it is, but that's not this decade.
Yes, it is.
Name of the Wind is not this decade, dude.
Let me look.
I know Tarvies have talked about that for longer.
Yeah, I
than this
know,
decade.
dude. It's Name of the Wind.
It's just become big this year,
Which is fine.
Patrick Rothfuss.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's 2007. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not this
All right.
decade. Like, dude, trust me, it would be on this list if it was.
Yeah.
But it's not this decade. So following Rick Riordan, number 2, Suzanne Collins,
Yeah, she's always.
which is Catching Fire, Mockingjay, and
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Though I would argue the movies are responsible for that, but
The books sold like crazy because of them.
yeah, that's why I say the movies are responsible for it. But yes,
Number 3, Jeff Kinney, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
no,
'Cause
I'll
he-
get those are popular.
Yeah,
those are extremely popular.
He drops one like every freaking year, and they are just bestsellers.
Oh,
right,
well,
all right.
if
Can
we
you
went
get-
by
can
that,
you-
we would go by Dave
can you get this
Pickley, too, the
disappointment
guy
out
that
of
made
the way?
Captain Underpants.
Well, yes, but Captain Underpants once again goes back further.
no,
yeah.
but he still makes other stuff other than Captain
But we're talking about
Underpants.
specifically books.
Yeah,
And,
no. He makes books.
I mean,
Those are considered books.
they are, but at the same time, they're just not as popular. To me, I couldn't come across somebody and just randomly talk about.
Oh yeah, well,
right,
it's
so
kind of one of the
I-
harder ones to talk about, anyways.
I
when
know
we
he's-
go talk to someone about Captain Underpants.
What you got?
I know he's not on the list, but please get this disappointment out of the way. Jim Butcher's not on that list, is he?
No, Jim Butcher is not.
What about the guy who finished? What about the guy that
Right.
finished Wheel of Time?
Wheel of Time itself.
No. I'm talking about the author himself, because that guy pumps out books like all the time.
Yeah, but I can't really think of anything this decade. That I
Oh
would
yeah,
really-
yeah. Hold on, let me look it up. There was a big one.
I know why Jim Butcher's not on that list, and it saddens me, but it's okay. He's got a new book coming next year.
Just give me one.
Just because he
second.
hasn't put out a book in the past 6 years.
Yep.
Skin Game was the last one to come out. In
Brandon
2014.
Sanderson. That's his name, Brandon Sanderson. He wrote some big ones this decade. The Stormlight Archive series is a big one of his.
Okay, but remember the whole theme of this is that you have to be able to walk up to a random person
That's
on the
true.
street,
That's true.
and it's really niche. That's the only reason why I didn't make it onto the list. I'm
Well,
not saying
a lot of people just don't read books.
well, it is what it is, but this is what it is. So
It's great. Anybody that wants to read a good book by Brandon Sanderson, you need to read the Mistborn Chronicles or whatever it's called, and then the Stormlight Archives. Those are two of his best series.
all right. So next on this list, while obviously like something that no one really cares about, but you can't avoid it because of this decade, 50 Shades of Grey.
Jesus Christ.
It is here, man.
Look,
All it
you
was
can-
was a
look,
fan fiction of Twilight
You
at
can,
the
but you
beginning.
can go up to any freaking old,
Oh, I know.
my
Oh, no.
grandmother
Oh,
my
no.
grandmother reads them. Like I
Ugh.
could go up to it and talk to her. Hey, don't you my grandma?
I'm sorry,
my
but that's
grandma's amazing.
I mean,
Right.
that's that. Just thinking somebody's grandma's reading 50
But it
Shades
is
of Grey.
what it is. 50 Shades of Grey. Like,
No,
took
I've
the
never
world
met
by
your
storm.
grandma. No offense.
No, you're okay.
Now this is a trilogy that I think actually sucks. I didn't like it at all, but it makes it Allegiant by
Oh,
Veronica
I know.
Roth.
I know what movie. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's so common.
I've
with
never
it.
read them, but I know what you're talking about because my dad and my sister were obsessed with them when they were coming out.
Yep, and those books are so popular that you can
Mortal Bones,
just
or was that before?
thinking that's before.
Stacy liked the books, but she hated the movie.
And then some big names that always make bangers, and you just really can't ever get around them. John Grisham, because all of his books,
He's actually
Yeah.
from around our area.
but every time he produces a book,
He's from South.
it's something that you can talk about. James Patterson,
Yeah.
Yes.
and Tom Clancy,
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown, because Inferno
Tom
came
Clancy's
out.
dead.
But regardless, his books are still being released. It is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they
The man just
re-released
wrote
them.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
another one you're missing. Stephen King.
Stephen King, 11/22/63, came out, I think, in this decade.
Yep. Another one did
Um,
too.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep came
Dr.
out this
Sleep.
decade.
Yes.
So
Well,
that
hold
was a
on, no,
big-
wait, hold on.
That's
Does that
a
movie come out?
movie.
No.
That
I'm
movie-
pretty sure that the either the re-release for the movie. No, I think I know what happened. They
Dr.
re-released.
Sleep is its own thing.
Yeah, I know, but they also I think they re-released the book. Dude, there's a book.
No, they probably re-released
It's
the
a
book. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying Dr. Sleep, the movie, actually hasn't come out because I'm actually interested
Yes,
in seeing
it
it.
is. Yes, it is.
Is it out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Dr.
been
Sleep is out.
It's out of theaters already. Came out in November or October,
mean,
one of the two.
Doctor Sleep made
Okay.
it onto my list. I got to make sure it was.
Yeah, it definitely went out.
No, 2013. Doctor Sleep was
yeah, the
released.
book. Yeah, but
2000 okay,
the movie came out in like October, November.
that's fine. But I'm
Okay.
pointing out that that's one of the things that
Okay,
came out for books
Okay.
on this year. I'm just like, well, I haven't lost my mind. Could've
not
sworn-
yet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of
Whatever.
did.
And then at the very end, it's an honorable mention because it's from a very big YouTuber who wrote his first book. It's John Green, The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And there was another. There was two YouTubers, Rhett and Link. They wrote a book recently, and it's been a bestseller for the past few months. So that one will, if this was further into,
I haven't read it, so it didn't make the list.
right, but
Yeah.
it is like every bookshelf has it.
Yeah.
But everything that's on this list is something I've read and something I also.
Oh, I
think,
know. I'm just
yeah.
mentioning others that have made it big, and this has just been in this year, so it's hard to say. In fact, I got the audio book, but I haven't. The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek. It's a mystery
Oh yeah,
novel.
freaking
One of our friends got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big one.
But yeah, that's books. I'm actually gonna go to manga. Okay, and we're gonna go for my number one in manga, Tokyo Ghoul.
Ew. Okay.
You didn't
Regar-
mention that in the didn't that come out in the?
It did come
Yes,
out. There's
it
a
has
reason.
to, it has to come out this decade.
No. Hold on. No.
I know, but
He's
he didn't
talking about
mention
the
it in
anime thing for me, and no,
Yeah.
I didn't because I never watched it. And
No,
I
I
don't
know.
care about
I'm
Tokyo
just surprised you didn't mention it during his anime thing.
Ghoul. He also, you don't care for the anime, right?
No, not really.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
want to
what I
know
mean.
what our favorite animes of the decade, please don't mind, but watch his episode as well.
But
right.
anyways, no. I'm
Plug.
not surprised by it. I just don't like it.
That's fine.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul is a pretty big one though.
That's fine. I'm not a fan of it.
I wouldn't say it's the most popular manga of the decade.
No. The most popular, it's not most popular manga. It's modern mythology.
It's the
So-
fact that you can walk up to anybody and say,
Hey.
"Hey, what's a manga you can what's the manga you think of?" And
I don't agree.
No, Tokyo Ghoul banged out, dude.
People that are around
No.
our age, sure, but
that's the point,
This
though.
decade. It's this decade, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you go up to an older person, they're more likely to know what Dragon Ball is. than
Well, hold on. If you go
Tokyo
up to a
Ghoul.
normal
Okay,
person,
you're missing the point. It's,
Okay.
It's added to modern mythology this decade.
Okay.
So what was added
All
is
right.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay.
Okay.
But you think that's the biggest one, not Attack on Titan?
No, I think that Tokyo Ghoul's the biggest one. Yes, Tokyo Ghoul just won out as far as manga is
Okay.
concerned. If we go to anime, Attack on Titan would win.
I'm assuming that is the top of your list for Attack on Titan spoilers.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Number 2,
I disagree.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I can give you that one.
Added to our modern mythology.
Yeah, unfortunately, the anime hasn't made a big impact.
Now I know this is gonna seem like it's really rude, okay, and a lot of people are gonna flip out here, but it's actually number 3 for me is My Hero Academia,
Why is that rude?
because a lot of people think that it
Because
should be
people,
number
yeah,
1.
everybody thinks it should be
But,
number
but
one.
it has the problem is
For the
right.
book mangas?
Yeah, for mangas. The problem is that it's not. It takes
It's bigger in anime.
anime.
It's bigger
right,
in anime.
and the super fans, because it does have super fans, kind of like really want to push it on all fronts, but it really didn't win for manga.
No, because I watched just the anime. That's a perfect example.
And-
And I don't want to read the manga. I want to enjoy, because and as I always say, there's very few animes I enjoy nowadays, and it's one of the few ones. It's something to look forward to on a Saturday morning, and so I don't want a book to ruin my experience.
Right.
It doesn't ruin the experience.
It does
only
for me.
enhances it.
It does for me because I already
So-
know the outcome. I don't care to watch it because I already know the outcome.
But
I'm
yeah.
one of those people.
But anyway, so
I'm like Dane.
sorry.
I'm like Dane.
But so Demon Slayer follows up.
Yeah.
Of course, adding to the modern mythology.
Which is
for this
funny
decade.
because that one came out recently, and that one's already.
Yeah,
Huge,
2016.
huge.
Yeah, it's massive. Surprise on the list because people, it's in the back of your mind, but you will remember it once I say it. Terraformers,
Oh my god, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I never
about.
was into
giant
it.
cockroaches on Mars.
Yeah, I was never
super
into it.
fighting. It doesn't matter though, but you know what I'm talking about. That's why it's a part of modern
But
mythology.
I
that's
know what
only,
you're-
That's only because
I know what you're talking about. I've never watched it. Never.
you'd be surprised how many people
No.
probably don't know that one.
I think that it would stick through because I think it would stick through more.
It has okay. Here's a good way to look at it, Tim. It has such an iconic look and design that you
The logo
don't
has an
forget it.
iconic design too.
Yeah, just you just don't forget it because
Yeah.
giant cockroaches on Mars. And then wrapping up the list is
Anime.
no, this is still
Oh,
manga.
Let's- oh, okay.
Assassination Classroom,
yes.
Yeah.
One Punch Man manga.
Yeah.
And then The Promised Neverland.
Okay.
And honorable mention, though it still deserves to be here, Quintessential Quintuplets.
I need to read that. I have that queued up.
Right. But yeah, so those are definitely the modern zeitgeist additions as far as manga is concerned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then moving on to anime, number 1, because it has more runtime than My Hero.
Okay.
Attack on Titans.
No.
Not anymore.
No.
No. What I'm saying is it had longer to gestate than My Hero.
No. He's right. He's right about that.
No, he is right about that, but it's still not as big as My Hero. My
But
Hero
it's
is
not about-
so much bigger. It has
It's
made
not
such a bigger
about
impact.
popularity.
It's about impact. It's
But-
made much bigger impact.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, it has not. Trust me. Attack on Titan.
Again, normally I don't agree with Dane this much, Tim. This is weird.
Because
I
it's
do.
specific to this subject. If you have to stay within the bounds of the
It's the
subject.
fact that you could go up to anybody and they know what Attack on Titan is. Like, you
People,
could
I don't know. I disagree. I think you could go up to
Well,
people
okay.
and you would get My Hero much
Okay.
quicker than Attack.
Dude, you got to understand it. For like 3 years, everyone in the con
Sword
had-
Art Online would win the list then.
No.
It's probably like 3rd or 4th on that.
It is high up there, but trust me here, you're gonna get me. Attack on Titan is the one that takes it
Okay.
because it just overcame everything. I mean, like literally, you could go to any freaking con and you had people in the freaking scout jackets.
Here's
You
a
had
here's a
people
better way.
cos-
I mean, it is
Here-
it is big.
Here's another way to put it, Tim. When it initially came out, and it was during its time that it should have had a season 2. Almost every company in Japan was marketing it
Yeah.
to the ridiculous degree.
Dude,
Oh,
It
yeah.
was on. Yeah, it was.
it's just in the cultural zeitgeist.
Like the One Piece level of marketing.
Yes,
Yeah, look,
completely. Like
if-
literally.
If you push My Hero Academia back, just like if it came out 1 or 2 years before it actually did, it would be number 1 on this list. But it hasn't had enough time to just influate through our
But
modern
if
mythology.
you think that it would be bigger than Attack on Titan, proves that it should be at the top of the list.
But that's not how this works.
Okay.
Because there's the difference is time, and it's number 2. That's how successful and great that it is,
Yeah.
despite it having
And
like
halfway through.
having
or
come
less.
to the end of the decade,
Yeah.
2016, I think.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about 15, 16.
Yeah,
somewhere.
2016 was the first season aired.
Yeah.
yeah. So and this
Going
is-
back by my
yeah,
list.
and this is an anime, so I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
Attack on Titan takes number 1. Number 2 is My Hero Academia. Number 3 is going to catch you by surprise, but it just once again, even though it was just one season, it just
No game. no life.
it just overran people's brains. Death Parade.
Yep. No,
It
you're
just-
right.
Like Death Parade, it just literally just infused itself into
That-
people's minds.
You really
Look,
think so?
Yes. Okay. That is one of the few animes I've ever watched with my dad.
Yes, Death
Like literally,
Parade.
we watched it week by week when it was coming out. That is one of the best
You have to-
psychological animes that they've ever put out.
You have to widen
if
your
we go by that,
perspective.
then Psychopaths should be on the list too.
It is, but it's down further than
Yeah.
Death Parade. Like I said, you have to widen your perspective. This has to be all Americans. So it's a little bit spotty. It can't be very specific. It has to be all Americans. This is added to our
Then,
modern mythology.
I mean, I just think shonens are normally the top.
you would think.
You would
but
think.
Actually, some of the
Tokyo Ghoul is definitely one of the top as well. Tokyo Ghoul anime was talked a lot about too,
but it
not just the
wasn't-
manga.
It wasn't shonen for one, really.
It's not shonen. Yeah, it really isn't actually
No,
shonen.
no.
But it's action horror. But more importantly, going back, the manga had a more successful chance influencing people
And-
because of the anime. The anime came out and more people went and read the manga.
Because the anime was hot garbage.
Yes. So anyway, after Death Parade, Sword Art Online.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't avoid it.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
And then following that, Your Lie in April.
Yep.
Sad.
It's like-
Sad.
Again, I can't normally I'm not the one that agrees with Dane on this stuff, but he with everything he said, he is correct. You can bring it up and it'll
It's
If you
come
go
up.
there.
if you go by anime movies, I say Your Name is the number one.
Yeah, but we're not doing.
Okay, but I'm just
movies.
saying that would
Okay,
be number one.
yeah. But the list is so small that I didn't go to it.
Oh no, I'm just saying that would be
Maybe
number
I did.
one
I have
without
to-
a doubt.
I'm scrolling through this document, so just give me a second.
No, you're good. I'm just saying
Because it took me like
it's a given that
Oh.
that would have been number one.
yeah. Psychopaths.
Yep.
Yep.
Now is here on the list. Now Tokyo Ghoul
Yep.
Yep.
comes after Psychopaths. Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah, buddy.
Fate Stay has become huge.
And I know it's gonna be really rude, and but it's just because no matter how great it is, it didn't manage to reach everyone. Durarara.
Oh no, that's fine.
What about
it
Black
being-
Clover?
Remember, this is niche. We're gonna get
No,
there. The
no,
more
no.
niche it is, the harder it is for it to
No,
infuse.
I'm not. No, I'm actually.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Right,
Again,
yeah, that one wasn't that.
that one wasn't
there's-
as widespread.
No,
Like,
I mean it was beloved and it had enough fan base to continue, but it wasn't as widespread as you would expect.
Right. So
I still feel like Black Clover should be on that list.
no. Sorry. We're gonna
the beginning of that anime turned so many people off. It's
that-
not surprising
Yeah,
it's on the list.
because as I always say, the main actor sounds like he's guzzling oil down his throat
Yeah.
while he's talking.
So just to wrap it up, Parasite the Maximus next.
What?
Parasite
I don't
the
even know what that
Maximus.
is.
Well, I'm sorry that you don't, but it's one of the most popular horror animes.
I do
in
know what it is.
existence.
I'm sorry, I know what it is.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's one of the most popular horror animes in existence.
That one is really popular with those girls that like Liz. That's the best example to give
Yeah.
you.
It is just
If
really
Liz
good.
watches this, she's gonna be like, "What are you trying to say?"
She likes horror. Horror.
She
body
loves
horror
that anime.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, look, it is what it is. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Most
Yeah, that
people
should
would
be
argue-
on that.
You think it should be higher, but it's really niche. I'm sorry, dude. It's really freaking niche.
You see a lot of memes of it on Facebook, though.
Yes, yeah, you do.
You do.
But again, most people also don't
only
get
know it
them.
for the meme. Yeah,
Well,
they only
no,
know it
most
for the
people don't-
memes.
Most people don't get them.
No, they just know the meme.
And most people that like, there's even there is literally the joke of I must understand the references, and yeah.
yeah, that's my point. So it's not well known enough to actually count, despite the
It
fact that
deserves to be.
it's on this list though. But
I
that's
know.
my
I'm
point.
just saying it deserves to.
Following
deserves to be more
JoJo,
well known.
following JoJo, Space Dandy,
Yeah.
because you can just look at it and most people can recognize what
Killa,
it is.
Killa.
It's going to get there. Before it's actually on the list, just a little bit further down
You got a long list for the anime.
because they're short.
And there's also
Yeah.
a ton of them.
Yeah, Bakuman.
Yeah. I've never watched it, but I know of it, and I've heard many good things about it.
Is that the fighting one?
No, that's the,
it's a manga drawing one.
Mangeka one.
Yeah.
It's basically the main character's a mangeka. But anyway, it's really popular. And of course, as we get further down this list, the less you should know about it,
Yeah.
obviously. Future Diary,
I know that one.
right? And then Kill la Kill.
I feel like that one's more popular than some of those others because it got its own live action and everything.
Yeah, but it's still
It's a niche. It's a niche one.
Because because you're
It's also
saying
a
it
very-
in
it's
America because you're talking about
it's
in America.
not Japan.
It's bigger
It's-
in Japan and
It's
Korea.
also a very. It's also hard to recommend to people because it's a
popular
very
in Korea,
dark
too.
one.
Yeah, it is very, very dark.
Yeah.
So Future Diary, then Kill la Kill.
Okay.
And then last but not least, Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah, it's pretty.
One
Mob
Punch Man.
Psycho-
I'm surprised. I'm not surprised.
No, One Punch Man should be on.
No,
the
manga.
list.
I'm
No, it's really popular
No, no,
anime-wise in
no,
America.
no.
I'm not surprised it's not on there because literally it probably dropped out of the thought
Yeah,
process
yeah,
after
yeah.
season 2.
It's after
That's it.
season 2.
In consideration of that, remember, it counts the entire decade.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
had cut it off before it ever aired, we would be here.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would probably still be there because it's.
I still watched all of season 2.
So did we?
All right, so now we're going to TV, and this will include certain types of animated TV.
Big Bang Theory.
Hold your.
I'm just saying.
Hold
Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory.
I have an order. Okay, number 1, BoJack Horseman.
No, Big Bang Theory.
No,
Big
BoJack
Bang
Horseman.
Theory. It has the
More-
most influential TV show of the modern decade.
What
BoJack Horseman.
Rick and Morty's on that list, isn't
Rick
it?
and Morty is on the list.
Okay.
I don't agree with you. I think that even though Big Bang Theory is past this decade, it's still one of the most influential shows of the decade.
Hold on.
Wait, one second. Hold on 1 second. Did Big Baby Series start before
Yes.
2000? Then
Yeah.
it can't be on the list, Tim.
Whatever.
God, how
All
do
right.
you can you not just disqualify things?
All right, here's the BoJack. I agree with BoJack Horseman being there only because it is one of the most relatable ones.
And it's also just widespread. There's so many people that have just watched.
I don't agree that an animated show is the number one show.
I mean,
for-
Rick and
for
Morty's also on that
America.
list. I asked it earlier.
For our generation, sure.
It's not a cartoon. It's a TV show.
It's an
BoJack
animated
Horseman.
show.
Yeah,
It's
but
an animated
regardless-
show.
but
I don't think
regardless,
an animated show should be number
It's
one.
not a cartoon. I respect
No,
that.
I agree that it's not a cartoon. I'm saying America as a whole
This-
BoJack
okay.
Horseman,
would not
though.
consider.
It's an okay. Here's a better way.
Do you
to put it.
consider people consider the Simpsons TV?
Yes, but they consider it a cartoon.
But it's still TV. Family
Yes,
Guy.
but it's like
American Dad.
okay.
cartoons.
Simpsons is one of the few that like
If you
the older generation considers as a show they recognize its existence. They don't
So-
know what BoJack Horseman is.
Most people. Well, I
my
mean, first
friend-
off,
my friend, it's added to the modern mythology.
Yeah,
If
but you got to count not just our generation, but them too. They're alive.
yeah, and they may have actually have heard of this because it's the most watched thing on Netflix,
No, it's not. Stranger Things. Easily Stranger Things.
dude.
Stranger Things is so much more popular than BoJack.
Mm.
So much more popular.
Look, look. Let me explain something to you so that you can understand.
Like I could literally look up numbers for you. There's literal numbers to prove how popular Stranger Things is in comparison to BoJack.
Stranger Things is on this list, but it's
number one.
But it's not.
I'm telling you,
Look, I respect your opinion, Tim,
the viewership numbers, the hard viewership numbers, far exceeds what watches BoJack.
Stranger Things is actually niche.
It's not niche. It's extremely huge. Dude, it's the number one most watched streaming show in the entire country. Every month until Mandalorian came out.
Stranger Things actually niche.
No, numbers prove otherwise.
I'm talking about look in consideration of the entire United States.
100 million people.
BoJack Horseman.
All right, all right, hold on. Let's let Dane do his list. Because we're not getting anywhere at the moment.
I know, because I totally disagree. BoJack Horseman is not as big as you think it is.
Let's go ahead and
I think that is purely opinion.
I don't think it's opinion. I think it's my analysis of the situation.
Let's
not.
BoJack Horseman has crossed so many thresholds for what it's done.
There's a reason why it canceled. I mean, simple as that. The creator kept wanting the show to continue, and Netflix said it doesn't have enough viewership. That's the whole reason why its spinoff show canceled. Just saying.
Proceed.
Numbers.
It is what it is.
Number 2 is
Twin Peaks: The Return.
I don't actually know what that is.
Twin Peaks, the revival series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
This is this is TV.
That's
it's
fine.
Showtime.
I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you, I don't know what it is.
No. Yeah, I understand it. It did have a lot of popularity to it.
I just don't know what it is. Now, granted, TV is also the thing I don't watch a lot of, so that's
unless it's anime.
Yeah,
it's true.
All right, so number 3,
Stranger Things.
We just have a different list. We just have a different list.
It is what it is, but
I'm not saying that Stranger Things is my favorite TV show. I'm just saying
consideration of all of America.
I know.
This is just what it is.
I just think you think that BoJack Horseman is much more known than you think it is.
I think that BoJack Horseman has reached much more Americans than Stranger Things. Yes, I'm sorry. It spread more than Stranger Things.
I will get the numbers for you to prove otherwise.
Yeah, but see, what we're talking about is two different things. Because the whole point of adding to the modern mythology isn't who watched the most of this. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people watch the new Star Wars movies, Tim, but we don't consider that to have added anything to the modern mythology.
I don't think BoJack really added anything.
It actually did.
Because it made a more mature animated show.
Yeah. One that actually
was extremely relatable. It was extremely relatable to
it touched a lot of people, and word of mouth spread. People talk about it. It has made it onto like live TV.
Tim, I have never watched it, and I do actually agree that it's probably one of the more popular shows to come off of Netflix.
It has just influenced so much.
Cox has talked to me a bunch about it.
Cox likes a lot of niche stuff, so
that's not actually true. He's actually
pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
But regardless, continuing down the list.
When I consider people that aren't into video games, that aren't into anime or anything that we're into,
you'd be surprised how much people call.
Hold on,
Cox loves video games.
Cox, yeah, I was gonna say Cox is like with me and Harvey watching anime every week.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, never mind. I understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is I'm considering people that aren't in the same type of group as us.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood what you meant.
Better Call Saul.
What?
Better Call Saul. Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was before 2010.
Yep. Breaking Bad prequel. Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. I would think Game of Thrones would be bigger than all those, though.
Not after that flop.
But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's still huge in the culture.
Yeah, it was.
It still is.
Yeah, but you got to remember when Game of Thrones started.
Merchandise is everywhere.
That's fine, Tim. But that flop was terrible.
It's still part of the mythology. It's still a huge thing. Didn't make people stop watching it. It's done now.
Yeah, it did. And also, viewership for it dropped off following when the books basically ran out. Game of Thrones slowly started to influence out. That's why it's lower on this list. Speaking of which,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I just think you got a weird list
because I think that I have accurately and quantitatively analyzed.
I'm not going to agree with the list,
but it's fine.
It's fine.
Following it, Atlanta.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It had a lot of hype. It was a
Donald
show
Glover.
created by Donald
Okay.
Glover.
Okay.
Childish Gambino. His other persona. I would consider him an actor of the decade if you had a list of that.
Yeah.
What's the next one? I'm guessing games.
No, it's what was I?
Wait, we haven't done games,
I
right?
can't
No, we
believe I
haven't got
didn't.
games.
I can't believe I didn't mention Last of Us on my segment.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that was hugely influential for sure.
Wait, didn't that come out before?
No,
Yeah. So
No, I guess it
anyway,
didn't.
it was at the end of
Regardless
the
of-
PS3 cycle.
regardless of whether we think it's good or not, this definitely takes the cake for alternative comedy. Broad City. This is
I mean,
TV. We're not
I'm
TV
indifferent.
watchers.
I'm indifferent on. Well, I'm a TV watcher, but I don't watch most things on Comedy Central.
Okay, and then the thing that threw everyone, just got to throw everyone for a loop, but you can't avoid it because it's literally just God. To just the world in general, it's really strange. The Great British Baking Show.
It's pretty big.
It's
pretty
just
big.
there. And so following these are some honorable mentions. This is where Rick and Morty is.
Okay.
The Good Place.
Good Place is great.
Um,
So was Parks and Rec before
s-
2010?
it's before.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely be on the list.
Yes, it normally would be.
Same with Office.
Well,
Yeah,
The
same
Office
with
we
The
know
Office.
as well before. The Office is a masterpiece, and it would be number one.
Right. And that is where I've pretty much drawn a line as far as Black Mirror.
Black Mirror was pretty big, but
Yeah.
that's not. You said alternative comedy.
Well, no, I'm sorry. It's just specifically Broad City
Oh, okay.
is alternative
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah. It was a big show.
Yeah. And then last but not least was God dang it, I already forgot it.
Black Mirror. Black Mirror was a show that was talked about a lot.
Yes. It's just, influencing the cultural zeitgeist.
I feel like we're missing a show.
If you got it, let
I
me
mean, there's the Arrowverse, but that was never popular enough to.
know.
No, that doesn't count. That
yeah.
doesn't count. No offense to Arrow. It's
No, shoot, I wouldn't have put it on the list.
it might surprise you, but DC Titans should be on that list. It's extremely
No,
recognized.
No superhero show. Remember, this has to get to all of America. No superhero show. Made
that
it.
show is one of the most talked about shows on Twitter and on
Okay.
Facebook
But-
on.
Like I said, dude, it's
Yeah, but
niche.
there's websites that do these metrics on what's most
Okay,
recognized.
But you have to understand that what we're talking about here is not just what's most popular, it's what added to the modern mythology. Explain to me what Titans added to modern mythology.
It made it worse.
No, I'm just saying. Because most people remember more about the animated Titans.
Honestly,
They
Teen
do-
Titans, yeah, Teen
So-
Titans.
honestly,
So you
just
see where my point is, right?
to point it out, Star Wars, like Mandalorian, would be on that list if it wasn't so new because it added it
Yeah,
literally added.
it definitely deserves to be on the list because,
But it hasn't had
but it
time.
hasn't
That's
had
why I
time.
say it literally is so new.
But it's so unfair for it because it's not going to be on the next decade's list.
Yeah, I mean, put it as an honorable mention.
Yeah,
Other things, Rectify, Fleabag.
a lot of people don't know what Rectify is.
I don't know. what
That's why it's at the
Rectify is.
bottom of this list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was on what channel was it? It's one of those indie channels, so that even not a lot of
And
people.
even though a lot of people love it, and
Sundance.
it's pretty popular, but I feel like it just hasn't had enough time to kind of sit to get higher up on this list. Enlightened.
What?
Enlightened.
Never heard of it.
It's a HBO half-hour show.
I wouldn't wonder
But yes, so that's the list.
if it's not like high
All right.
fantasy or comic book. Most of the HBO ones get overlooked.
All right, what's next?
Video games
Of the decade,
of the decade.
okay, influential,
Call of Duty.
but yeah, probably or Fortnite actually.
Okay, so in order for this to qualify,
Go ahead.
it's specifically going to be franchises established in this decade.
Okay,
Okay,
so
'cause
Call of Duty's way
was
before.
out, so
Yes.
that means
Okay, that's
Fortnite's
fine.
number one.
That also, even though it's really strange to say this, it also kicks The Witcher out.
It also kicks Final Fantasy out.
I don't think
Yes.
it should kick Witcher out,
It kicks The Witcher.
It does.
out. It does. Witcher 1 counts.
but
Doesn't
it
hold on?
should
Witcher
be-
2
it
also
should be-
came out
It should
before.
be the
Yeah.
game. The game should hold its own merit. It shouldn't be based off the series.
But if I have to do individual games, that list would be 30 games
Yeah.
long.
I mean, that's true, but Witcher would be at the top 5.
Sure. Okay.
Easily.
Can we acknowledge that and then go on to
Yeah.
franchises?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Fortnite's number 1 then,
A tie, yes.
because it's
Much to
the
my
most
knowledge.
influential game, whether we don't like it or not.
Actually, no.
Minecraft.
No. PUBG.
It birthed Fortnite
PUBG.
because it birthed Fortnite.
All right, are we good?
I agree with that only because if it wasn't for PUBG, Fortnite would never exist.
Excellent. I'm so happy that you agree.
Yes, it's the one time me and Dane have disagreements is this topic right here.
All right. So now PUBG is sitting at number 1. Fortnite is sitting at number 2. I'm sorry, I hate this list, but regardless,
it's the reality we live in.
That's why I'm not saying anything.
Minecraft is number 3.
Minecraft is number 3.
This is the one list me and Dane are on page with.
Okay. Now, are you guys ready for some actual fun games?
Minecraft's fun.
What's number 4?
Sure. Dark Souls.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Number 5.
Was the first one in 2010?
Yes. All of them.
Yeah.
First one's 2011, actually.
Yeah.
So going back to some things that are less,
because we can't count Demon Souls.
Yeah, that are less. Yeah, because it's not Dark Souls. It's Demon Souls. That are less fun. Overwatch.
It makes sense though.
I mean, it's not
less fun.
I mean, it's not unfun, and
I mean, it is what it is. I don't like it too much.
He's playing on the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Splatoon.
I'm okay.
Splatoon was innovative for sure. It deserves to be on that list without a doubt.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's a shame that Zelda can't be on there.
True, but Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Last of Us.
Yep.
Because we had to wait so long for the next game. If both of them came out, it would be higher up. But
still, it stayed in the conscious.
Yeah, it has.
Can you count God of War since technically it's a reboot series?
No, you can't.
You cannot.
Okay.
That's why, like, literally,
So that's why you can't count Tomb Raider.
You can't count Final Fantasy. You can't count. Yeah.
Can't count Deus Ex.
It is unfortunate, but that is the way it is.
I
so the
failed
last
to mention
one was
that one too.
Destiny, right?
Yeah, Destiny was the last one he said.
Destiny's definitely high up there.
Yep.
It's extremely popular and well remembered from all of its controversy.
Clash of Clans.
Look.
Well, if we're gonna go by mobile games, then
no. Just Clash of Clans.
Not Candy Crush.
Not Candy Crush.
Candy Crush was huge,
but it's actually older.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Clash of Clans is 2012, dude.
Yep. But people still play that game.
Yeah.
There's another mobile game everybody plays.
Not the one I play.
Pokemon Go.
No, it's actually on this list and it's right below it. Temple Run.
Temple Run.
Yep.
Yeah. But Temple Run is based off of an older style
but it's
game.
still its own franchise.
Well, then Pokemon Go should count.
No, because Pokemon's Pokemon.
But there was a Temple Run game before the mobile.
Yes, but Temple Run was the one that made it popular.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying there was a Temple Run game. Like
they're not connected. They're actually not connected. If they were in any way, it wouldn't be on this
Out
list.
of curiosity, Flappy Bird?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's been forgotten.
Yeah, it has been. Watch Dogs.
Very controversial.
Titanfall.
Yeah.
Very underappreciated.
Amnesia.
Yeah. No, straight up on
that
one.
Yeah.
Dishonored.
Yep.
Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I already did Fortnite. Forza Horizon.
Forza is older than that.
Forza Horizon is a new
okay. Yeah, but then that's part of the Forza world. That shouldn't count. If you can't count Pokemon Go, you can't count Forza Horizon because it's still part of the Forza world.
Here are my notes. Game franchises also include major film or television franchises. Game franchises that are considered spin-offs of previously established franchises.
It's a spin-off. Pokemon Go is a spin-off.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a spin-off, just like Pokemon Snap is a spin-off, just like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon's a spin-off, just like Pokken Battle is a spin-off.
We have different definitions of what we consider to be a spin-off then.
Pokemon Go is a spin-off.
No, again, I have to agree with Dane. Pokemon Go.
How is it not a spin-off? It's nothing like the actual game.
You walk around and you catch Pokemon.
But it's still nothing like the actual Pokemon.
They made a mainline game that is Pokemon Go.
Whoa, a second. Is The Witcher 2 like The Witcher 1?
It's part of the main line series.
But the game
Pokemon Go is not part of.
What I'm saying is that the game could change drastically between 1 and 2. Dude, no. We have a different definition of what we consider to be a franchise. Okay. Metro, which is...
Did the first one come out in 2010?
2010 is the first Metro. Yep.
What time? When did Saints Row before 2010?
Yep. Slender.
Yeah.
If you guys remember that.
Yeah, they even made a movie. They even made a movie for it.
I watched a lot of Let's Players play
Slenderman and all that nonsense.
The Walking Dead
As a game franchise?
The
Telltales.
Telltale's one
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
talking about.
That's why I asked.
And Walking Dead should have actually been on your TV list.
No, it fell off really
It's
hard.
still really popular.
But it
The
fell off.
comics are more popular. Like when we're talking about, look, there's always a little bit of influence.
The comic books are not more popular in America.
When we talk about
When it comes to nerds, sure, but when it comes to the you're just counting our culture, not the country as a whole.
I'm talking about the country as a whole.
Comic books are vastly more niche than TV shows.
Okay, but you have to understand what we've been over this a few times, and this
I still
this
don't agree with
it's
your ideology on it.
that's fine, but it's about adding to the modern mythology, and The Walking Dead didn't. Simple as that. And you know the thing that actually took its place? This video game.
Eh.
It
I mean,
is-
But
all
anyways.
Telltale games are the same, so I disagree.
Oh, they are not. Even I know they're not, Tim.
They don't add to the mythology because the system is all the same. They might have great stories, but nothing
That's-
changes.
The point is their stories change the mythology.
The quality of the game doesn't. That's Tim.
Come on, man.
Look. All right, whatever.
All right,
I'm not gonna be that guy. We're gonna get to the anime ones. Danganronpa.
Oh, anime games?
Yeah, well,
Oh.
I mean, it's not a different list, but it's on here. At Danganronpa,
Fuck yeah.
Hyperdimension and Neptunia.
Yeah.
Which is gonna make him very happy. And then the last ones on this list are Disney Infinity. It did.
that Skylanders would be before
But
Disney
no,
Infinity.
Well, sorry, Skylanders is on here, but it's actually under Disney Infinity. You can swap it around.
I would swap
is at
it
the- this is at the
because
bottom of the
Disney
list.
Infinity died before Skylanders.
So-
did. Only
Well,
for that
Skylanders
reason.
Is 2011. Disney Infinity is 2013.
No, but Disney Infinity stopped making their stuff before Skylanders stopped making their stuff. Skylanders even got a TV show.
It is what it is.
I know, I'm just saying.
All right.
It lasted longer.
True. And then at the very bottom of this list, Dance Central.
Not Just Dance. Well, Just Dance
Yes,
is
it's older.
It's
older.
Dance
But anyways,
Central.
Dance Central was during this decade.
2010.
Yes. It came out with like the connect.
How's that
Didn't it come
even
out with
count?
Huh?
How's that count?
What do you mean?
2010.
Yeah, but who cares about Dance Central?
People who play those games. I don't.
We're talking about all
but it's
of
not just
America.
Dance.
But it's Dance Central.
But most
Dance
people
Central-
didn't play Dance Central. Most people played Just Dance.
Tim, I spent a lot of time working on this.
I'm okay.
Studying. It's at the very bottom of this list. I'm telling you, Tim.
But it was a Connect game.
Dance Central.
Okay.
I'm okay with the two
I'm
that
just-
were the you know.
I'm
were
just
above it.
saying it's not like when you got Wii Sports.
By the way, those are great series. Go play them or watch them or whatever you want to do. Those are great series.
what
Hyperdimension Neptunia and
I thought you were talking about
Danganronpa.
Wii Sports. I'm like, I'm sure most people have played the Wii Sport game when they got their Wii.
Is that all your lists?
Last would be comics, but in reality, it's a really short list because
It's. I mean, is it
It's-
franchises or is it?
franchise.
Yeah, because that would
Okay.
be really hard to.
I mean, I assume it's like what Marvel, DC, Star Wars.
Well, no, because if it's from the last decade, there's not too many choices to make.
there is a few.
Yeah,
and
but not a lot.
That's my point.
Yeah.
They are Invincible by
Yeah,
Robert
Invincible
Kirkman.
is huge. Yeah,
They
for
are
comic world.
They are Darth Vader, a Star Wars comic, which is the beginning of the Star Wars line.
Yeah,
Which is separate. Once again, this is why spinoffs count.
because that's
a part of
it's
Marvel.
Marvel, not Dark Horse.
Yes. So,
Just like the new Conan comics are with Marvel now instead
Yes.
of Dark Horse.
And Saga.
Not the new Ninja Turtles.
No.
Because it's under a different company.
Adds to the modern mythology.
I think it adds a lot to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles world.
it just didn't overwrite the previous one. I'm sorry. Just
Feel like it was pretty big.
I respect that and I understand, but I'm talking about this has been my study of the entire opinion of
Oh, I
America.
know. I'm just saying we're an opinion group, so
I mean, I get it, but like this has just been me gathering as much information as I can, and this is
That's
what
what
I've
he's really good at.
Yeah, this is what Custer does know this.
I-
And that will wrap up my list of the tops of every one of these different formats and genres and mediums that have added to modern mythology. We've covered a lot here. I hope that you people enjoyed it. If you haven't caught any of these, go back and check some of them out. Maybe not Dance Central.
Good Lord.
But this has been the Depths of Disorder. I'm your host, Dane. These are my co-hosts, Tim and Alex. Thank you for sticking with us. And I'm not going to take his catchphrase, but I did get to the root of my geek culture with you.
bye guys.
Peace.